Rosa Parks was born to James McCauley, a carpenter, and Leona McCauley, a teacher, in the segregated South of the early 20th century. Growing up in Pine Level, Alabama, Parks experienced the harsh realities of racial discrimination from an early age. Segregation was deeply entrenched in every aspect of life, from schools to public transportation to restaurants. Despite the systemic barriers imposed by Jim Crow laws, Parks's family instilled in her a strong sense of self-worth, dignity, and resilience. Parks attended segregated schools throughout her childhood, where resources were often scarce, but her thirst for knowledge remained unquenchable. She was deeply influenced by her maternal grandfather, Sylvester Edwards, a former slave who imparted to her the importance of standing up for one's rights and resisting oppression. Parks's early experiences with racism and inequality would shape her worldview and ignite her passion for justice in the years to come. After completing her education at the Montgomery Industrial School for Girls, Parks faced limited opportunities for further education due to the prevailing racial barriers. However, she continued her learning informally, devouring books on history, politics, and social justice issues. Parks's intellectual curiosity and critical thinking skills would later serve her well as she became increasingly involved in activism and community organizing. In 1932, at the age of 19, Rosa Parks married Raymond Parks, a barber and committed activist who shared her passion for social change. Raymond encouraged Rosa to pursue her education and supported her burgeoning involvement in civil rights activities. Through her husband's influence and her own observations of the injustices around her, Parks became increasingly engaged in efforts to combat racial inequality. In 1943, Rosa Parks joined the local chapter of the NAACP, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, serving as the chapter's secretary and youth advisor. The NAACP was at the forefront of the civil rights movement, employing legal challenges and grassroots organizing to dismantle segregation and secure equal rights for African Americans. Parks's involvement with the NAACP provided her with a platform to channel her activism and connect with like-minded individuals dedicated to social justice. "I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free, so other people would be also free." Throughout the 1940s, Parks worked tirelessly to challenge segregation and racial injustice in Montgomery and beyond. She collaborated with other activists to organize voter registration drives, boycotts and protests aimed at dismantling segregationist policies. Despite facing intimidation, harassment and violence from white supremacists, Parks remained resolute in her commitment to non-violent resistance and collective action. On the fateful evening of December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks's life intersected with history in a profound and transformative way. After a long day of work as a seamstress at a local department store, Parks boarded a Montgomery city bus to head home. As was customary in the segregated South, the bus driver instructed Parks and other black passengers to relinquish their seats to white passengers as the bus filled up. Tired of acquiescing to the indignities of segregation, Parks refused to give up her seat to a white man when ordered to do so by the bus driver. Her simple yet defiant act of resistance sparked a chain of events that would galvanize the African American community and catapult the civil rights movement onto the national stage. Parks's arrest for violating Montgomery's segregation laws ignited outrage and indignation among African Americans in the community. In response, local activists, including leaders from the NAACP and the newly formed Montgomery Improvement Association, MIA, led by a young minister named Martin Luther King Jr., called for a boycott of the city's bus system. The Montgomery bus boycott, which lasted for 381 days, marked a turning point in the struggle for civil rights in America. African American residents of Montgomery buoyed by the success of the boycott and inspired by Parks's courage, organized carpools, walked miles to work, and endured tremendous sacrifices to protest segregation and demand equality on public transportation. The boycott's success dealt a significant blow to segregationist policies and propelled the civil rights movement into the national spotlight. On November 13, 1956, the Supreme Court ruled in Browder v. Gale that Montgomery's segregated bus system was unconstitutional, effectively ending legal segregation on public buses and vindicating the efforts of Parks and her fellow activists. People always say that I didn't give up my seat because I was tired, but that isn't true. I was not tired physically. No, the only tired I was tired of giving in. Rosa Parks's role in the Montgomery bus boycott catapulted her to international prominence and cemented her status as an iconic figure in the struggle for civil rights. Despite facing backlash, threats, and financial hardship in the aftermath of the boycott, Parks remained committed to advancing the cause of justice and equality for all. In the years following the boycott, Parks continued her activism, advocating for desegregation, voter registration, and social justice reforms. She traveled extensively, speaking out against racism and discrimination, and lending her support to various civil rights campaigns and initiatives. Parks's activism extended beyond the realm of civil rights, encompassing broader issues of social justice, including economic inequality, housing discrimination, and police brutality. She recognized the interconnectedness of various forms of oppression and worked tirelessly to address the root causes of injustice in society. In recognition of her contributions to the civil rights movement and her lifelong commitment to social change, Rosa Parks received numerous accolades and honors, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the Congressional Gold Medal, and the Spingarn Medal. She was also the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and films celebrating her legacy and enduring impact on American history. Rosa Parks passed away on October 24, 2005, at the age of 92, but her legacy lives on as a beacon of hope, courage, and resilience. Her refusal to surrender her seat on a Montgomery bus sparked a movement that transformed the nation and inspired countless individuals to stand up against injustice and oppression. Rosa Parks's life and legacy serve as a testament to the power of courage, resilience, and collective action in the face of injustice. Her refusal to surrender her seat on a Montgomery bus was not simply an act of individual defiance. It was a catalyst that ignited a movement for equality and justice that reverberated far beyond the streets of Montgomery. Parks's unwavering commitment to non-violent resistance and her steadfast belief in the inherent dignity and worth of every human being continue to inspire generations of activists and changemakers around the world. As we reflect on her remarkable life and contributions, let us honor her legacy by continuing the struggle for justice, equality, and freedom for all.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.